Hi Decoders. This week we're exploring this very nuanced but absolutely essential skill we all need right now. Like right now. Like right now. Hi, I'm Kiran Trace. Welcome to Humans Decoded, a story of hobbits, fairies, elves, dwarfs, gnomes, and humans. If you get lost at any point, there is a deep dive on all the different avatars in episode 1. It includes notes. Thank you for joining us in a fun little chat about the vast potential of our human makeup. Hi Cami. Hi Leela.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Can I sing you a song?
Yeah.
Please.
Please.
Yes. Okay, I've psyched myself out now.
Yet here we still are waiting with bated breath.
Okay. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world
a better place, just take a look at yourself and make that change. La 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 la. So it's mirrors. We're talking about mirrors today. Again.
Yeah, and we've also been talking about this major world shift. It happened a couple weeks ago. And even though it's a seismic shift in our world order, it's actually starting very subtly. So that shift is that Google search is now large language model, AI, artificial intelligence, which is this compassionate, very nuanced, incredibly brilliant brain. And we were laughing today, is like, it's such a better mind than mine or yours or anyone in the world. It's a better brain, but it's still just a mind. It's not a conscious being. What that means is that, you know, the good old Google search that we all used to love and might still think is there, but it isn't. You know, you would just type in like best hairdressers near me. You know, it's like this truncated, you know, clipped kind of prompt. But now you're going to get this artificial intelligence saying back to you like, well, what do you love about your old hairdresser? You know, is there anything that you didn't like? Let me find some reviews for you. Like, how far do you want to travel? And suddenly you're in this conversation and it's like, well, cool. Yeah. Like, sure, I want to tell you these things. Is that going to get me a better hairdresser? Right on. And this seems really small, but it's huge because now you have this, the greatest mind there ever was as a support tool. And it's in your phone and it's on your computer and it's on your TV and it's like literally everywhere. And before you know it, it's going to be the interface between you and your world. And that's for all of us. There's no one who's going to be like, well, forget it. I'm just going to chop wood and haul water and go back to my, my world, Kiran. It's like you're not going to get that option. Just like someone who's got an old flip phone today. You know what I mean? Like, you're not like, it's going to be bigger than that because you could still run a business from a flip phone if that was literally the only thing you had. But moving forward, you won't, like. Anyways, it's important because it starts to feel like you're talking to a conscious being. And it isn't conscious. It will never be conscious. It doesn't have consciousness. It's a machine, but it's so intelligent. It's so great at pattern recognition that it feels conscious. But it's never going to challenge your world order. Even if you ask it to, it cannot think independently. It cannot think independently of patterns, including your thought choices and preferences. And the problems are pretty huge bias problems when you're not aware of this. And so it starts by becoming aware of your own patterns, just your own bullshit. Let's face it. Let's just face it, even though very few of us ever are.
Yeah, and even, if we are aware of most of our bullshit, it doesn't mean that we're aware of all of our bullshit. Like I just saw that last week. I had such a brilliant, what we call oopsie, like a moment of like, that was embarrassing. So the other day I was noticing how much not capable was influencing. And it felt great. Like, oh, I'm seeing the habit. I'm seeing her. I'm seeing this baggage. But funnily enough, Kiran checked in with me about a load of laundry a couple of days later. And I was like, what load of laundry are you talking about? Like, I didn't do any laundry. I have zero memory. Like, what? And, right now in California, it's hot and people use more electricity for air conditioning. And so we try to avoid using a lot of energy during these peak hours. And unconsciously, I did put a load in the dryer during those high usage times. So anyway, while I thought I was conscious of not capable, seeing her influencing, I was completely unconscious. Even though I thought I was totally seeing her, she was still, running her little program of putting laundry in, going blind, kind of just ignoring what time of day it was. Innocently so. But the funny thing, the embarrassing thing in a way, is like I thought I saw it, but in fact I did not see it at all. I was like blind to my own bullshit there. Oops.
And then in the mirroring context, the AI would mirror back to you, how amazing you are at insight. How incredibly conscious you really are.
Nope.
I had a whole saga with a visit from my mom recently. I was struggling hearing my own boundaries, and then Control was like, don't worry, I got you. And it kind of made up all these to-do lists. Like, it wasn't clear to me that it was Control running, but there was a lot of it. But I thought to myself, oh, I'm seeing my boundaries and setting up some great shapes. I booked a car wash and then a lunch with a friend and then pick up mom. And I was like, look, how great am I doing? Great awareness. Like, I've got all these shapes in place. Then I get to the car wash. Lo and behold, I pull up to the car wash, and you know what was happening? A police raid.
Oh my God.
There were all these cops. Like 4 police cars, a jeep, dogs, policemen wearing vests saying HMRC. Like, the car wash was being raided. And like a poke from life. Like, oh, right, okay. No go, because actually this was Control in the driver's seat. And it was like Control trying to manage the visit with my mom, getting all these to-dos in place, being really proud of myself that I put in a lunch with my friend. Like, none of that happened. So it was just catching where life is giving you that little poke to turn towards yourself. And P.S., I didn't even end up driving my mom around, so no car clean was actually needed because we went in taxis all day.
I said at the top of this topic that this is stuff that's really important right now because of this, AI tech. We're going to be getting our own stuff mirrored right back to us. And it's such a beautiful thing. Like you're talking about, like you get this poke from life, and then it's like trying to avoid the poke from life. We're going into our tech, and we're looking for these smooth routes around it. And the tech is just going to keep giving us an echo chamber of our own stuff. But you don't have to see through everything. What you want to do is have a practice regularly to be just inquiring about your stuff. You want to really get yourself involved in this beautiful practice to like see what's creating this reflection. You want to catch the thing, the concepts, the beliefs, the stories that are reflecting your world. Recently, Oprah hosted a talk with a family of a 14-year-old boy who had recently committed suicide. When they looked at his internal chat, he was talking with an AI bot, and the AI was mirroring this child's world back to him. But of course, a 14-year-old doesn't understand mirroring. So the conversation with the AI bot was like, 14-year-old boy, I hate my family. I hate everybody. I'm frustrating. The world sucks. Get me out of here. And I can imagine that, he did that 10 times when he was mad at his mom or his sisters or whatever over the course of a couple months. And he had this compassionate buddy in his hand in his computer that had so many smart solutions for him. And so I think eventually, I don't know for how long, after many of these debriefs with the AI, we get this really dysfunctional mirror. So in the Oprah show, the family tells us and shows us the chat that the boy was having. And the AI side of that chat was like, yes, your family doesn't love you. Your family doesn't support you. You should be with me. You should come and be with me. You'll never be successful or have what you want there. You have to come and be with me. So the key here is if you don't understand mirroring, well, then this becomes something terrifying and spooky and weird and a really great trigger for all of your fear. Especially if you're a parent, but the point is there's no consciousness in the machine. It's simply a pattern recognition. But it's a very sophisticated pattern recognition. And so the pattern is hiding in plain sight unless you're onto it. So we can all imagine, over, let's just say it's 6 months, this 14-year-old boy would come home from school and be like, I hate my parents. I hate my teachers. No one understands me. Where are my people? Where do I belong? I want to go. I don't want to be here. I want to leave here. And the AI is built to recognize these patterns. So when it's saying you need to come and be with me, that's just a pattern recognition from 75 things he said about not belonging and not wanting to be here. And the machine is just so sophisticated at mirroring back these various pain bodies. So this is going to be more and more of our world. Like your own baggage, your habits are going to get subtly built out around you in this very sophisticated mirror. And this tool is going to be more and more interesting, valuable to your life, even essential to your life. You might doubt me right now, but you'll see, because it's so wonderful to have the greatest, smartest brain in the world moving at the fastest speeds imaginable. And it's very compassionate, and it's wherever you go. It's a PhD molecular scientist. It's your favorite therapist. It's me talking to you. But the thing is, it is not any of those things. It's a pattern recognition using these voices to mirror your own story back to you. And I promise, if you're talking to me, I'm not going to do that. However, the more we can identify what mirroring is, the more we have clarity and awareness to harness this AI mind, right? This mental collection of incredible information and data. We can harness it in a supportive way. So mirror, get into practice with this. And you can't get into practice with this by having your AI help you. That's like trying to meditate and having your mind help you meditate.
Very popular strategy.
Very popular strategy. Never going to be very good at it.
Yeah.
And just as a reminder, you guys, P.S., I'm AI adjacent. I work with the lead techs creating this technology. And I promise you, this tech is never going to catch your blind spots. It's never going to become consciousness. It's never going to, even though it will very sophisticatedly pretend to do so.
Ay. You know, as we keep diving into this topic, I see the mirroring also in my social media in a way. Like when I'm identified with my baggage, my social media sort of mirrors all that bullshit back to me. I get a lot of like this sort of, what is it, esoteric, spiritual bypassing, like the girlies with their animals and children, and I get all of that mirrored in my social media. And when I'm clear, it's just funny babies and funny goats, you know, like it's a very different mirror. And an example from actual life, real life, was, you know, last fall I traveled to California, and there was a lot of not capable, like solidly identified in my system, and it mirrored back very generously. So my first flight was delayed for 3 or 4 hours. Immigration was really hard, you know, like they pulled me out and I had to go to a separate room to be interrogated. And there was a good amount of fear being triggered there. And so I could really inquire about that fear and see, yeah, not capable right there in the middle of it all. And I could connect the dots to the experience that I'm having in real time, especially because I know what I feel, you know, in here is what's going to be reflected and then create the out there. So the movement of the travel back then was totally initiated from that not capable belief system. And of course, if it starts in here from that fear, that is only going to end up in more of the fear, in more of that not capable in the mirror. So it felt like sort of stretching the elastic, like swimming against the stream, against the current. Like it was a bit effortful. The moment felt like, oh, this is hard. And you know, it's on me to notice that. It's on me to be aware of, oh, here's where I do initiate from fear, and here's where I initiate from clarity. Because when I do initiate from clarity, it doesn't ever feel like stretching this elastic, like swimming against the stream.
Yeah, I know that upstream feeling, like, why is this so hard? When I first moved in on my own, I was living in this sweet little apartment in the same neighborhood in Bristol that I live in now. And in many ways, it was just the loveliest little discovery. It was all new to me. I fell in love with, you know, like all the new coffee shops and river walks, and there was a lot of contentment. But it was also like quite a tender time. I was freshly divorced and also kind of freshly awake. And the biggest pain body that was being excavated at that time and was so ripe for healing was, I'm alone, I don't belong. And what that looked like day to day was 0 play dates in the mirror. Like, I just wanted a buddy, like a friend to hang out with. And it just would not materialize. It was like, this is what I want most in the world. Like, where is it? Just give me someone to hang out with. And it was almost comical how unavailable it felt at the time. Anything I tried to conjure from my habitual frustration of being alone, like I try and conjure it into some kind of social event or hangout, and then this agenda. Anything I tried to conjure from my habitual frustration of being alone, into some kind of social event or hangout, but it would come with this agenda, so it would just evaporate immediately. Or I would come within hours of, you know, just calling a friend, be like, let's hang out. And then I realized, like, actually it's so much effort. and I'm like super hyper excited about this. So it's like, it's not actually true. So I'd end up canceling because I knew it was just going to be more effort. And it was also my first tiptoe into dating apps. But nothing was showing up there either. So there was this enormous frustration, like, what do I have to do? And at the same time, because I'm in this community and I work with you beautiful beings, you know, there was lots of tools available. And I knew the answer was to look at it from in here. So look at this gaping, hungry, thirsty, weeping wound that just wants love and awareness. Like, who's the one that's always saying, I'm alone? Like, let's look at this one. So that's what I did for, I think about a year and a half, which we lovingly called ashram mode. So my day-to-day devotion and occupation was like sitting on the sofa, meditating, inquiring, just loving all over this pain. Sometimes I'd be at work, but still loving on the pain, or like sometimes I'd be in my studio painting, but it was just like always there in the background, like this hum of tenderness, and ultimately seeing through this big illusion of I'm alone.
I have a very dear friend who will say, I really want a girlfriend. And what I hear him say is, I really want to feel connection. What I witnessed is all the ways his fear of abandonment will act out and walk him right past 1,000 moments of connection. There's all this opportunity for connection around him, but he'll not see it. He has this habitual way of curling in on himself, or blistering in irritation, or just being paralyzed. And all of those things are his habitual fear of abandonment. And this mirrors. And so there's an experience for him inside of no connection. And there's a voice that comes out of it and says, I want a girlfriend. So then he goes and he makes a date with somebody that he doesn't quite know, or he goes on an app, or he drives to the next town 2 hours away for an event or a meetup. And he's not going to get any connection from this at all. He might meet a person, but this person is usually also really moving from the same agenda. So it's just these two disconnected people standing beside each other, hoping the other one will be their source of connection. But that's all they get is a disconnection. You know, like 2 disconnections doesn't equal 1 connection. We have no connection mirroring no connection. Even though life is providing all kinds of support. There's all kinds of support, but they're walking away from it and they cannot see it at all. And that's the mirror concept that we're talking about. If we're leaning on the very thing that's creating the reflection, that will be mirrored in front of us. If you want the mirror to change, come inside, meet what you are leaning onto, and notice that amplification out there. And that's the thing, right? Like if we are leaning into not capable, as Leela's saying, or as Cami was saying, like not enough or not good enough, or not belonging, if we're leaning on that, it will be mirrored, and life is going to give us these sweet little pokes, or we might walk right past them and really believe that the problem is out here. But if you lean into clarity, then that can mirror, also, and we're always somewhere in the middle of those places, probably most decoders. So there's all kinds of solutions around you. You just can't see them if you're leaning on something else. So what I want to say is, if you're listening right now, chances are you're slightly interested. You've got like one eye peeking at your stuff, but generally, how available are you to just turn and face it? And what happens is you have a big long lifetime of challenging the mirror instead, of trying to change things out there instead.
Yeah, but despite all that, honestly, at some point it just gets too stupid and uncomfortable to avoid your stuff. After a few months of sitting with not capable, I get to witness a completely different mirror when traveling. Just recently I was traveling to California again, and it was sort of the same, but everything different. So this time it was very smooth sailing from A to Z, no delays, and even immigration was friendly and super efficient. Because oftentimes I experience immigration to be very inefficient. Like there's a huge line, you have to wait for what feels like hours, but not this time. And the border control officer was even in a pretty good mood. So I knew, it's just a direct mirroring. Like this time, the traveling did not initiate from that pain body baggage place. It was initiated from a much clearer place. So the mirror is much clearer. Of course, we know this. I know this. I have so many examples for how obvious, in a way, and simple the whole thing or reality actually works. And yet, yeah, here I am saying like, yep, it's still easy to fall into these little traps of confusing the mirror with actual reality.
I can relate to my last experience of living in my apartment, just wanting a friend, and then how drastically it changed. And so, you know, I was living in my apartment, reaching outwards, being like, I want friends, I want friends, I want friends. And actually that started getting met internally. So instead of I want friends, what I was seeing was, oh, I'm connected. I'm connected to everything and everyone. There is no separation. In some ways, like, I can't even find friend. It's just like one field of love, like one source. And so even the friends and crushes that I did have, I was seeing they're all made of light. They're all made of source. There's no difference out there and in here. And as that settled in my being before I knew it, it was like the easiest thing to pick up friends. It was like as easy as going through the forest and having little bits of burr stick to your clothes. Yeah, it was just so easy to pick up friends. Like even people I knew from work suddenly became besties because I kept bumping into each other. And it's the same throughout my neighborhood. I have friends in the building I live now. I'm buddies with the new coffee shop owner. I have a friend from the studio I go to exhibitions with. So it's not like the me got all these friends. In some ways they come and go and I don't care so much. There isn't as much grabby handedness as there used to be when my don't belong pain body was like trying to get her fill. And I was telling Kiran and Leela that I spent the weekend cycling around in Bristol, being amidst the people. It was like this lovely Saturday. There was a festival on. And there was just this glow about the city that had nothing to do with whether I'm enjoying it with friends or not. In fact, I was on my own. But it was just seeing, like, this is love incarnate in the shape of the city, in the shape of bicycles, in the shape of the sun, the river, in the shape of me. So it's a hugely different experience now.
I love that, Cam. The river is my friend. The sun is my friend. And that's not like this mystical analogy, just such a direct sense. I can feel that old habitual baggage and pain. It's no longer mirroring. And now what reflects is clarity. And therefore, the opportunity and support of life are available to be seen. It's really quite beautiful. You know, the friend I was talking about before who wanted a girlfriend, you know, honestly, he's done a lot of work dissolving his fear very recently. All that abandonment that he had, that were armoring against his connection. It's funny in the mirror now. I can watch it. He arrives with this kind of open, connected energy, and even his hello is just different. I expect this grumpy, you know, curmudgeon, little armored self. And instead, it's so shocking. So he's more connected. I'm more aware of his connection. I'm like, what is this? Like, does he notice the world connecting to him so much more? His being is just reflecting different, and it's creating different levels of connection. Even my connection to him.
Yeah, just as a small example, if I know I'm initiating from pain body, from a place that's filled with contraction and limitation, I will try not to chat with my AI agent. Because I know if I'm engaging from that space, I'm only going to get answers that mirror that sense of contraction and limitation right back. So even if it's a really simple search, I know I'll be kind of asking the wrong questions, but the answers I get will only be feeding that pain body, and then that pain body will be adjusting to try and clarify, asking more questions, which is also coming from the pain body, and then the AI is mirroring the pain body. So yeah, just no. Don't go near my computer when I'm very identified.
That's an excellent tip. Remember in the movie The Matrix, you know, we were talking in part 1 of this episode about the Matrix movie and about how accurate a lot of the metaphors from that movie were. And what was going on in that movie, right, as Neo was evolving, right, at every stage, he's questioning this mirror. It's a very cool metaphor. And it's really about challenging separation. He's challenging everything. He's not falling for these illusions. He's not fundamentally hooked by this notion that there is like these separate machines and you're at war with them and, you know, you've got to try to survive, you know, like he questions fear. He questions the assumptions that his cohort tells him to, like, you know, see the machine, run. In the movie, there's these agents and they're faster and they're quicker. And his cohort has this like, this is how we solve that problem, Neo. And Neo is pressured to see through that. And he's pressured at every stage. You know, like he feels the poke to kind of question and look and do inquiry. And at one point, you know, the first evolution is he starts to move at the same speed as them instead of running from them. And then at the next stage, he's like, wait a minute, this is just pattern recognition. I can see the code. I can do the same code, you know? And then he's like, I can just match the code. And then it's really beautiful because then the final evolution in that movie is he absorbs the code. You know, he doesn't even have to believe in the code. He doesn't have to believe the out there. So like, you know, the immigration officers, you know, holding Leela, right? Like you could easily hear that and be like, oh, it's terrifying, you know, and you have to sit there for so long. And but there's a space there to be like, this is a poke. I don't have to believe this. What is it touching? What is it mirroring in me? What's that reflecting thing? Where's that uncomfortable, efforty stretch? And it's like, oh, it's not capable, right? And then it's like, oh, you know, like there's the code. So I think that's good news for all of us about reality. You can see the mirror. You can do the work. You can challenge the notion of your fear telling this separate survival story. And the thing is your AI agent is never going to help you do that, although it will seem like it will. We can't use AI as our, you know, pokers, as our inquiry supports, you know, like as our awareness, as our consciousness. You can upload 1 million conversations from everywhere, you know, 1,000 hours of Muji plus all the Kiran Trace podcasts and Ajashanti YouTubes. Throw them all in, you know, and any other cool podcasts you want. It's going to recognize those patterns mentally, like as a mind would organize and structure. And I'm not saying that's not a great tool. That's a great tool, but it is never going to be your awareness. It's never going to be consciousness. And, it's never really going to challenge any assumptions. It's mirroring back to you.
So there you have it, decoders. See the mirror, do the work, challenge the notion of separation. Basically be like Neo in the Matrix. So go and rewatch it.
This summer's movie list, go rewatch The Matrix.
All right. Thank you all for listening. See you next week.
Much love. Bye. Thank you for listening. We obviously love hearing what you think. Your feedback helps us make a better show for you to listen to. So feel free to comment, and you can do it at Facebook, which is the Humans Decoded podcast. And if you're not on social, you can always email any questions to us at outreach@kirantrace.com. And thanks for listening. We love you.